Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Andy from Innate Balance, Chiropractic and Life Coaching Center. Welcome to the video. If you're watching internationally, then you may not know, or you may know if you've watched the news, that South Africa is on a 21-day countrywide lockdown for the coronavirus. This is day 2 that we're in now, and I've been hearing reports of people battling already with even the second day to find things to do, some battling with depression, some with fear. And so I thought I best make a video. This is the first one that I'm doing solo from my life coaching practice, and I will be posting some videos on chiropractic tips. But today it is a life coaching tip on how to deal with the lockdown if you find yourself in this lockdown, how to manage it, what to do, and how to keep yourself sane and hopefully not cause bodily harm to the people sharing your home with you. So the first thing that I wanted to mention, or the first thing that I think is very important, is to find or maintain as normal a life as possible. Granted, you're staying at home and life is not normal because you have never had to stay in your house before, be under house arrest. But that being said, try to stick to routine. So the human brain loves routine as much as we as individuals, especially those spontaneous ones amongst us, hate routine. The brain loves routine because it brings about predictability and a sense of knowing what's going to happen, certainty in a time that is uncertain. We need to cling to what is certain, and we can create our own certainty by forming routine in our day-to-day during a lockdown period. So if it is a weekday, what you want to do is make sure you get up at the same time every morning that you would get up if you were going to work. Follow the same routine. Make your coffee or your tea, have your breakfast at the same time, shower, get dressed. Sure, you don't have to get dressed in suit and tie if that's what you normally do, or in a formal skirt or suit, whatever it might be, but make sure you get dressed for the day so that you feel like you're ready for your day. It's fun to stay in your pajamas for the first day or two, but the thing that creates what makes pajamas so comfortable, or being in comfortable clothes so nice, is that it contrasts to what we do day to day. And believe me, if you stay in your pajamas for a week, you're going to start hating your pajamas and they're not going to be so comfortable anymore. You're also going to get depressed because you're not going to feel good about yourself. So sure, don't get dressed up as though you're going to meet someone new or you're going to go to a business meeting. Get dressed in comfortable clothes, but make sure that they're not as comfortable as your pajamas. So get dressed for the day. And then if it is a weekday, some of you are working from home, and that is great because that's keeping you busy, it's keeping you occupied. For people like me, I work for myself. I'm a chiropractor and a life coach. I can still coach online, but I cannot perform my chiropractic work anymore as this is considered a non-essential service. So I will then continue to find something that is work related. So for me, for example, I'm going to do research on the latest chiropractic technologies, the techniques that have come out, research that's being done, and also, again, in the coaching field, I'm going to explore developments in the coaching field and how to help people on that level. So basically, a weekday is going to be a normal weekday for me, and I'm going to follow a normal weekday routine. Same hours of work, and I'm going to consider that as work. So I implore you all to do the same. Try and get into that routine. If there is something that you've always wanted to study, something that you've always wanted to do to develop yourself, then consider that your job for the next 3 weeks and do that in your normal work schedule. Being able to do this will occupy your mind with things that interest you, things that keep your mind busy, and will help to avoid things like depression and getting down about the situation that you find yourself in. Now, I know that that's not always possible for everybody. Some people have young children at home that need constant attention. What you might want to do there is consider reframing what your job is for the next 3 weeks, and perhaps that is investing in your children, and playing the role of teacher to them, which historically we were before schools came about. We taught our children ourselves. So you might want to think about becoming your children's teacher, researching what they would need to learn, what they would need to know at this age in their lives, and run a formal day for them, which is going to keep you busy, and it's going to keep them busy as well, and also still maintain some form of structure, routine, and discipline in their lives, which we all know is very important. So that is something to consider. And then when it comes to the weekends, engage in your normal weekend activities. So if you're someone who likes to sleep in on the weekends, then sleep in on the weekends. If you have hobbies that you normally do, try to continue with those hobbies on the weekend. If there are things that require you to be outdoors or out of your house, you might then want to rather do some research on your hobbies, find out more information about them, educate yourself on those things, and then failing that, on the weekends is a great time also to improve yourself and to grow yourself, your mind, through reading. The internet is a great source of information. YouTube has a lot of information in areas that you might be interested in. So use the time to educate yourself. What you need to be aware of, and it's okay to build puzzles, watch movies, play video games. All that stuff is okay in balance. But in times like this, people will distract themselves with it and almost become absorbed in that. And that becomes their day-to-day normal life. And that in itself is going to create some anxiety and some depression when they have to face reality again. So when the lockdown finishes, you want to be able to adapt again to your normal life as easily as possible. Make that transition. So be careful of being completely absorbed in things that are, I consider, distractions. Games, movies, those sort of things that take you away from reality. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is, when we find ourselves in the situation where you're on lockdown, if you're not sharing your home with anybody, and you're in solitude, pretty much like I am right now, you find that you are confronted with emotions that are uncomfortable. Usually when we find ourselves alone, and this is why people don't like being alone, the mind has time to bring up emotions that we've never really dealt with or healed from, past events that might have happened to us that we haven't dealt with properly, and so we'll be confronted with these emotions. Now, if we try to hide from those emotions by doing things like watching television or playing games and things like that will absorb us in and distract us, those emotions will linger, and we cannot just shut down the ugly emotions or the horrible feels. In doing that, we also shut down the good stuff. So be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but if you sit with the emotions that you're feeling, you recognize them, you acknowledge them, you allow yourself to feel them, and know that it's okay. It's okay to have a bad emotion. It's okay to experience a bad emotion. Sit with it, feel it, try and investigate where it came from, what the event was where you first felt that way, and just explore it a little. You'll find that it doesn't hang around that long. It might take a day or two for you to start working through all the past stuff, all the past emotions that you haven't really dealt with. But once you start doing that, you start to come out and you start to feel the good feels again. And in saying that, with the good feels, make sure that you have something that excites you in your life. A lot of people don't have hobbies. They kind of work as their hobby or their children as their hobby. It's important that you find something that really interests you, that you want to investigate, you want to explore, you want to do research on, and get involved in, and it's going to give you something to look forward to all the time. So things that are very important in these times, in times like these, sorry for repeating myself, and I'm not going to edit this video, by the way. I'm probably going to mess up a lot, and that's okay. I'm not going to edit this. This is just, very raw. It's coming to you as it is. So excuse the mistakes, but, we're all human. So to get back on track, the important thing about human psychology is to have something to look forward to. If we have nothing to look forward to, we will eventually result or get ourselves into a state of depression. So have something to look forward to. Make plans now for what you're going to do when you come out of the lockdown. A lot of people are fearful about their financial situation. You know, what is going to happen to me when I come out of the lockdown and I haven't been earning for a month? If you're like me and you're self-employed, I haven't been earning for a month. What am I going to do when I come out? How am I going to pay my bills? Now is the time to start putting together a strategy for yourself. If you just leave it to chance, when the time comes, it's just going to cause anxiety in your life. If you have an action plan, if you have a way that you think you can handle this, even if you have people you can talk to about it, then do that now. Take care of it now. Get involved. Get an action plan down on paper. It's going to ease your mind. It's going to alleviate a lot of the anxiety that you feel, and allow you to have good night's sleep when you're at home. Still be a little excited about life. So these are the tips that I have for now. I will try and post as many of these videos as I can during the lockdown, just to see if we can help you guys through it. That being said, you know, Innate Balance is a coaching practice as well. So if you find that you're struggling, if you're really battling with depression or anxiety, or you know, you just have even if you just need someone to speak to about things that you're concerned about, if you're having relationship problems, that's another topic. I mean, you know, a lot of people are going to start developing relationship problems in this time because they're now confined with their partners, with their family, members of their family, and they don't always get along, and there's no escape. So if you're having trouble dealing with those relationships and you need someone to speak to, ways to solve the problems, please feel free to get in touch. And I will, in the description, leave an email address where you can get in touch, and we can do online coaching, because, you know, this time we're trying to avoid contact with people. So we're wanting to, you know, control the coronavirus, which is something that we've never seen in our lifetime. I think the closest we've ever had to this was Spanish flu. So this is all very new for us. This is something that we've never had to deal with before. It's all new territory. But if you need to speak to somebody, you can get hold of me, and we can do online coaching. We can do a WhatsApp video call. We can do a Skype call if necessary, and help you deal with those problems. But keep a positive mind. Remember, negativity will suppress your immune system and is going to make you weaker. So keep a positive mind. Think about positive things. List down all the good things in your life. Remember your gratitude list. If you've never done one before, now is a good time to do a list of things that you're grateful for. So do your gratitude list. It brings you in a positive mindset. And yeah, good luck through this period. I will try and post some more videos, but if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, you can also leave a comment. These videos will be posted on YouTube and on my Facebook page. So you can leave a comment if there's anything you want me to make a video about or talk about, give some tips on. I'll be happy to do that. Good luck during this time. Stay positive. Don't overeat. Don't kill your house partner or your children. Remember, they're going through the same thing as you. So yeah, keep your chin up. And until next time, I'm Dr. Andy, and I'll see you then. Take care. Thanks for watching.